All right. Good evening, everyone. And of course, this is Flipstream Day Trade Training. And this is Calvin Butler. And we are here with our day traders, our real estate day traders. And today we're going to be having our regular scheduled training that we have every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're probably going to have some more people that are going to be joining us here real quick. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started because we want to get this training in. And I don't want to hold y'all here too long tonight. First off, congratulations to Tabitha. Again, her deal is working as anticipated. Of course, you all know that last week before the holidays, we made contact with her prospect. Contact agreed to the terms, and we got him a contract out this morning. The contract was sent to him this morning, and we're waiting for him to sign it and get a return. Once we do that, then we will present that particular property to our investor network that we have, our internal investor network, give them first shot at it. And if we get the right kind of offer, we'll go ahead and accept that offer. Then we can set it up for a closing and get it closed out and collect the settlement checks and everything and get that person their money in their pocket and get their liens and stuff paid off. And we collect the settlement check and then everybody's happy. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. So that is moving along just the way it's supposed to. It's moving along without a hitch so far. So, and that's good. And of course, Tabitha has some other leads that she's running down, some very, very good leads that she's running down. And that brings me to something I need to go with y'all. Now, remember, when you're contacting these people, because remember, you all got to realize we are dealing with people who are going through the most stressful, some of the most heart-wrenching, time in their entire life. Okay. I know. Okay. I've been through foreclosure. It's a stressful time. They're going through a lot of stress. Okay. And for a lot of them, it's the lowest point that they've ever been at. Okay. So, you have to be tactful and be very patient with these people because, like I said, they are going through a lot. Okay. And they probably, by the time we get to them, they probably have received, some of the worst phone calls, some of the worst contacts that they've ever had, with people trying to literally steal their home. Okay. They've been working. They've been, contacted by people who are making these ridiculous offers of just paying off their liens and not offering them any money in their pocket. They're not trying to offer them any type of relief, and a lot of these places that are calling these people up, they are offering them this stuff. Hold on, I got people in the waiting room. Got to meet everybody in. They're offering them, these things, and they are, like I said, they're not offering them any money to go in their pocket, any type of relief whatsoever. They're just making offers, to these people just to pay off their lien, and they're saying to them, well, hey, that's a good deal for you. Okay. So let's remember these people are going through a very stressful time. So when you're reaching out to them, first of all, just be mindful that they are going through a lot. They are going through a lot. They've been contacted by a lot of these wholesalers who are just literally trying to just steal their home. Okay, I'm not gonna miss words. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They're literally trying to steal the home. They're not offering them any money in their pocket. They're just trying to get the home, and they're telling them that's the best deal that they can get. Okay, I can tell you some of the horror stories because I've been through. Okay, I've been through foreclosure. When I was homeless first time, I had a home before that. I lost that home to foreclosure, and some of the calls you get it's yeah. No, I mean, they call up and they use all types of scare tactics. They lie. They tell people, well, you know, your home is going to be auctioned off in 3 weeks. You know, and in some cases hasn't even gone before a judge yet. But they will lie and tell these people, well, your home is going to be sold at the courthouse square in 3 weeks, and the sheriff's going to come out and basically, evict you from the home. You don't want that, do you? I mean, just outright lying to the people. Okay, this is what they have had to put up with. This is some of the phone calls that they've gotten, and so by the time we reach them and we're calling them and we're genuinely trying to put together a deal, a package that will give them some relief. Okay, we're not just trying to get their home. Okay, we never put together a deal that does not include at least $20,000 in their pocket. Now, are there cases where we can give them more? Yes. But we structure every deal showing at least $20,000 in their pocket. That's why we do it at 40%, 50%, and 60%. Okay, we've got a good deal at 40%, then we know we can give them a little bit more money because we've got a good deal at 50%, right? I mean, at 60%, we've got a great deal at 50%, and we got an awesome deal at 60%. That's why we do it that way. That's why when we structure, we have y'all to submit them to us that way, so that when I call them up, after you turn it over to us, you verify the email address, and I call them up, I have options. I have room to negotiate with these people. I have room to we have a range that we can work with to help satisfy them. Okay? Are we going to be able to give them everything that they want for their house? No. Everybody wants the full value for the house. But in these type of situations, we can't do that because we have an end buyer who has to make money also too. But we're going to try to put together the best possible deal that gives them as much money as we can and still be able to have a deal where you all make money, we make money, and the end buyer makes money. Okay? That is just the situation. But remember, when you're dealing with these people, sometimes they may be very, nasty to you. They may, say stuff to you that may sound offensive or stuff. But remember, that's not really because they're directing it towards you. That's just their frustration. That's the anxiety. That's the hurt. That's the pain. That's the guilt. That's the indignity that they're going through. So remember, when you're contacting people, just be kind of patient. Tabitha can tell you, she contacted, without saying any names, Tabitha, we're not going to call these people out of here, but you spoke with someone that's in a situation where clearly he wants to stay in his home. He definitely wants to stay in his home, but clearly he has been contacted by people who have just been trying to railroad. Is that correct?
It sounded that way.
Yeah, that's the way it sounded. Me too, Tabitha, from what you explained, because he's been contacted by these people that's trying to just steal his house. Sir, we'll pay off your liens, and get that foreclosure off your back, and then you can move on. Okay, with no money in my pocket. I mean, where's he gonna move on to? Okay. Back when I went through this and lost my home, I moved on to the homeless shelter. Okay. So that's not a good deal. That's the reason why I put this platform together the way I put it together, because I don't want anybody to have to go through what I went. Trust me, I don't wish that on no one. No one. That's why every deal that we structure, we ask y'all to structure with at least a minimum of 20 grand in their pocket, on top of paying off their liens and paying off, the attorney fees and whatever. Now, later on, when this platform has made money, when we have money in-house, $500,000, $600,000 in-house, once we have that, then we can do foreclosure rescue. where we can offer even more relief, offer to keep people, let people stay in their homes, restructure their mortgages. Okay. Are we going to make money on that too? Yes, we are. It's going to be more of a long-term, type of money that we're going to be making, and that you all can make on those deals too, right? But those people get to stay in their home. They get a lesser payment than what they had before that they couldn't afford. Okay, and they get money in their pocket. Okay, so we're working to make this platform everything that it can be, but I need y'all to remember and just be patient when you're dealing with these people. Now, on the same note, when you get you're gonna run into some great deals, okay? But on the same note, remember, we are able to research and get access to hundreds of millions of properties, okay? We're able to research and get access to literally hundreds of millions of distressed properties. These are people who are facing foreclosure. These are people who have been notified that that the foreclosure process has began. And in some cases, these are people who have received their notice of defaults. So we literally have access to hundreds of millions of properties. So it stands to reason that you're going to run into some of the ones that you're prospecting. The information may be outdated. Okay, may have some outdated information. Those you're going to run into a lot of people who are deceased, but there's a lot of elderly people who are facing foreclosure. Okay, now when you run into a situation where someone is deceased, there's a chance that the information on that property is outdated. What I mean by that is it's showing that it's in lease pendants, or showing that they're getting ready to go to court for the foreclosure, but in fact the person that died may have had insurance, and that insurance was enough to take care of those back payments to get that property out of foreclosure. Some of you have ran into that. You call people, you've spoken with the widow or a family member, says, oh well, we taking care of the back payments and stuff. And a lot of reasons why they're able to take care of the back payment, because the person that just died had insurance. Okay, so that's going to happen. Sometimes you're just going to run into bad stuff that's on the site, where when you're dealing with millions of prospects, some of the stuff is outdated. Okay, some people have been able to come up with the money to pay their arrears. They have been able to negotiate with the mortgage company to take the payments and add them to the back end of the loan, thus extending the loan out. And some mortgage companies allow them to pick up from where they left off. There are some cases where that happens, and it just has not been updated on PropWire yet. Okay, it just hasn't been updated. PropWire gave the last information that they found on that property. So there are some properties that you're going to run into that haven't been updated yet. Okay, where they no longer are in foreclosure, whatever the case may be. But don't let that discourage you, because like I said, you got millions and millions and millions of properties to research, to structure. Again, Tabitha will tell you, for about 4 or 5 days, she was running into a bunch of numbers that were not reachable. But then she hit a stretch where it's like every number she called, she was getting in touch with people. Right, Tabitha?
That's correct.
So the point I'm trying to make is just stay consistent. Follow the program, okay? Use the system, because there are great deals out there. There are some good deals out there, and there are some deals out there that you're just not going to be able to make happen. Okay? But this is by far this side of the real estate investing is by far the easiest and best way to make a lot of money without using any of your own money or any of your own credit. And we get to help people. That's the icing on top of the cake. Okay, we generally get to help people. Okay. And really, there's not much more you can want from a business opportunity. You really isn't. There's not much more you can want from a business opportunity. And this opportunity is getting better because we're doing some stuff behind the scenes. I'm working on a shareholders brochure now to try and raise the money for us to be able to do the foreclosure rescues. Okay. We are working on a shareholders brochure that all of you all will have access to. You all will be able to share it on LinkedIn and things like that. And we're looking for principal shareholders, partners. We're looking for partners, people who are able to invest a minimum of $40,000, and we're looking to raise somewhere between $600,000 and $1.2 million. Red probably can't get into the system. Hold on, he's calling me. He probably can't get into the system. Give me a second. Hey, Red, we're in the middle of training. Are you trying to get in? Okay, well, go ahead and just get in because right now, we're in the middle of training, okay? All right. Sorry about that. That was Mr. Tony Daniels, one of our other day traders. He's trying to get in. I'm just waiting. He's still waiting for the system to let him in. All right. So, as I said before, be patient with these people. We are working on, bringing in some principal partners, principal shareholders. So we're trying to raise enough money so we can start the foreclosure rescue part of what we're going to be doing, which is going to give you all more opportunities and more diversified ways to earn money. Okay, with this platform, it's going to give y'all the ability to have shares of income producing properties where you're getting 20 to 25% of the monthly payments that the people that we're restructuring the mortgages for, or for the homes that we're buying, and people want the cash and they don't want to stay in the home more. Then we structure where, okay, we'll pay off your liens, we'll give you enough money to relocate, enough money that will satisfy you, and then we will in turn turn around, and then we will lease those properties back out, for the full value of what they could lease for. Now, if we're doing the foreclosure rescue, we're giving people a discount on their monthly payments. We're going in trying to lower the monthly payments at least by 30%. In some cases, 40%, and in some cases, 50%. Okay, so, but we are working on trying to come up with the funds to go ahead and take care of all that. How would I use virtual assistants in this process to screen prospects and properties? I don't use virtual assistants. I mean, you can use it any kind of way that you can apply it. If there's a virtual assistant out there that that's worth you paying them to screen your prospects, I mean, that's fine. But make sure you're dealing with a reputable third party that's doing that, because I'm gonna tell you now, when you start contracting people to track down these leads for you, okay, just be aware that there are people out there that there's a lot of scams when it comes to these virtual assistant things, okay? And the scam is you're contracting them to verify your leads, but what's to stop them from taking those leads themselves and doing what you were supposed to be doing with them? There are a lot of these virtual assistants people that are getting people who have a system set up to find these leads, whatever, and then you're supposed to be paying them to vet them. But instead of them vetting them, they're actually using the leads for something else, or they're selling those leads to other people. So they're creating more competition for you. Does everybody understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes it's best to just track down your leads. Okay. I know everybody wants to make this, even more easy. Everybody want to make it as easy as possible. Sometimes easy is not best. Okay. We've set up a platform that doesn't, in any type of platform where you can use tools and resources and things to make money, there's still a certain amount of work you got to do. There's not a platform out there where you can completely automate every single thing and you can just sit back and wait for your money to just roll in. Okay? When you find that, let me know. Please. Please let me know about it. Because I haven't seen one yet. And I've seen a lot of them. Okay? I've created a lot of platforms. And there's not one platform yet where you can just kick your legs up and just let it run automatically, and you just sit back and count your money. And life doesn't work. Okay, reality does not work. Okay, there is some level of work that you have to do with each and every platform. You still gotta go in, click the things to give you the right leads, and then you gotta contact those leads to verify. And then you can either work those deals yourself, or then at that point you can turn them over to us, and then we'll take it from there. But we have enough options within this platform where you all should be able to make a lot of money with minimal amount of the effort. Okay? There's nothing out there that's going to allow you to just sit back and not be able to and not do anything on your part. Okay? Even at my level, right? I got about 3 hours of sleep today. I pulled an all-nighter last night. Tabitha and some of the other people who contacted me today, they'll tell you. I stayed up all night working on, and I do that at least 2-3 nights a week. Now, because this platform is steadily evolving. Okay, there's a whole lot of stuff that I'm adding to this platform that is gonna take this platform to a whole new level. Y'all might have seen me post some stuff where I'm talking about this platform within the next 2 years, we'll be generating well over $47 million a year. And it will. In actuality, it will be generating more than $200 million in about a year and a half. Okay. And I'm actually putting together that's part of the brochure that I'm putting together that explains that and lays it out by the numbers to potential shareholders and principal partners that we're going to be bringing on. And you all will have access to that brochure when I'm finished with it, and you'll be able to share it on, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, whatever you want to share it. You can share it out there to help us get those investors. Now, when I say that, we're not looking to get a whole bunch of people in. We're looking to get at most maybe 10, 15, people. If we can raise that money with just 2 people, that's even better. If one person wants to come on and invest that type of money and become a partner, that's even better. That person will own 40% of the company. Okay, my partner now will be on 60% of the company. The potential investors that we're bringing in, those investors will collectively own 40% of the company. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's get into some training here. All right, start sharing my screen. I want to welcome everybody. We got a lot of people in training tonight. I want to welcome everybody. Let me share my screen. All right, we're sharing our screen. We had some people who talked about. I've been asking a lot of messages through the site, where some of you have been asking questions about in dealing with trustees. Okay, let me get to what's called. As you all know, when you're going into the day trading stuff, you're going to go here to our investor lounge area right here, and you're going to hit the business lounge button. It's going to bring you here. You're going to the things that we're using to locate the properties. We're going to be using this Rolodex. You're going to go over. You're going to find the prop wire connection that we have. Of course, you're going to click on it. You're going to open it up. It's going to take us over to our prop wire account. You got to create a free account. Once you create the free account, you can just log right in. All right. So some of the questions that we've been getting is, how do I make contact, or what do I say to the trustees? Who has a question about trustees? Anybody?
Well, I tried to call a trustee and they told me by law that they represent the plaintiff, so they couldn't
Exactly,
give me any information. So
exactly, exactly. And I've told everybody that had contacted me, the trustees legally cannot give you any information about the defendant, about the owner of the home. The trustees represent the bank. They are there to make sure the bank gets their money. Now, with that being said, legally they can't give you the other person's information, right? The defendant. Sometimes the defendant has their own attorney, okay? But they can pass along a message to the defendant or to the offender's legal team, okay? And remember, what is the goal of the trustee if they're representing the plaintiff? What's their ultimate goal?
To collect the money.
Collect the money, right? And are we not offering them an easy, simple way to get their money? Aren't we?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yes, they can't violate the privacy contingency of their relationship, okay? But they can pass on a message. They can relay to the bank, their client, that there's a third party out there who's willing to make an offer to pay off the liens, thus satisfy the bank. Pay the attorney fees, thus satisfy the trustee. And put a considerable amount of money into the owner's pocket, thus giving them enough money to move on from foreclosure. Okay? They can relay this to their client. Now, their client, the bank, the lender, the mortgage company, can definitely do what? Reach out to who? The homeowner. Can they not?
it didn't work that way for me, Mr. Calvin.
I understand it may not work that way for you, but all you got to do is just say, look, if you can. I'm not saying that you're telling them, they're not gonna tell you, yeah, we can do it. All you got to do is say, look, you basically just planting the bug. You know that they represent the plaintiff. You know the plaintiff wants their money, right? You're not saying to them, give me this client's name and information. Don't even start off with it because you know they can't do that. What you
I
do
know
is,
I asked them to send a message.
yeah, when you reach out to them, you got to be tactful in how you present it. You reach out and say, look, my name is such and such and such. I'm a real estate investor and I represent, a network of cash buyers, or I represent RBBS Holdings. Okay. And we are offering to, it would be appreciative, or it would be greatly appreciated if you can pass this information on to your client that we are willing to pay off the liens. Okay. We're willing to pay off the liens, all attorney fees, and offer enough cash in the homeowner's pocket so that they can move on from foreclosure. No, they can't give you any information. They can say, well, we can't pass on information to that person, but they can definitely pass information on to their client. Can they not? Can they not?
I didn't ask them to pass on the information
I
to the
know.
bank.
I
So I
know
don't
that.
have no answer for that, but I'll try that next time.
Exactly. So see, what you're doing is you're not asking them to violate the attorney-client privilege. They can't give you any of the homeowner's information. That's the plaintiff. They're on the other side. But what you have to say to them does benefit their client, does it not? Are they not obligated to inform their client of any and all remedies that would benefit their client? Are they not? They are legally bound to do so. It's all in how you phrase it. It's all in how you ask for the help. If you go and say, well, could you pass on the message to the owners of the property? Well, no, because they're the plaintiff. They're on the other side. We're not even supposed to really be having direct contact with them. We represent who? I mean, yeah, they're the defendant. We represent the plaintiff. Okay, well, great, because the information I have is going to greatly benefit your client. I'm offering to pay your client's fee that is owed to them. I'm offering to pay your client's attorney fees, your fees. Now, you don't have to say this, but you said it to them, and their client can do what? Their client, who is the mortgage company for the loan, they definitely can correspond with the homeowner. Can they not? Can they not? Anybody? Let's get some feedback.
They definitely can.
Okay. Ms. Joshua says the trustee offered me the lender's name and I can contact them directly. Yeah, it works. It works. Okay. It's all in how you approach. It's all in how you go about. That's why we have this training, so I can share with y'all methods that I've used that have worked for me. Okay. It's all in how you approach them. It's all in how you request, how you make the offer to them. Okay, you're not going there saying, "Well, I'm trying to get in contact," which I know most people probably when they call us, "Yeah, I'm trying to get in contact with the owners of property at such and such." Well, I can't help you with that because they're the defendants, and I represent the plaintiff. I can't help you with it. They're immediately gonna shut you down because you asked the wrong question. Anything dealing with legal proceedings, court, what is it all about? It's all about what? Procedures, right? Right? Have anybody ever had any dealings with the court system? Everything is about the proper procedure, the proper motions. You can't even, that's why they say only a fool will only represent themselves in a court of law if you are not a lawyer, and if you don't have an extensive legal background, you'll be a fool to try and represent yourself in court because you can't speak plain English in court. Can you not? Right?
Not at all.
You cannot go there and speak common sense. And common sense has no place in a court of law. Nowhere. It doesn't, it's completely irrelevant. Well, common sense, well, plain talk, that's irrelevant. If you don't know the proper procedure, you don't know the proper etiquette, if you don't know the proper terminology, the proper language, if you don't know the proper motions, then the judge is not going to pay you any attention. He's going to shut you down every time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you are dealing with, when it gets to that least pending stage, it is now a court legal proceeding. You have a plaintiff, you have a defendant. The plaintiff side is always going to hire an attorney. That's the trustee. They're the attorneys for the plaintiff. The defendant could have an attorney, or they may not have an attorney. Chances are these people don't have an attorney. Why? Because the average attorney that I know, when I had my foreclosure, I tried to hire an attorney, I was paying attorneys $800 a month. A lot of these people, that's almost their mortgage payment that they couldn't pay.
Mr. Calvin.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to read you the email because I tried it a couple of different ways and tell me how I can improve this. I said, good day, this is Tabitha Crockett. I'm a real estate investor in South Carolina. I tried reaching the owner and was unsuccessful. I'd like to make an offer on the property if I could. If this is something you can help me with, I'd greatly appreciate it. What did I do wrong?
All right. The first thing is you mentioned I've tried to reach the owner. They're looking at that and saying,
say that.
Yeah, they're looking at that and they're saying, well, I can't have any dealings with the owner because they're the defendant. Okay. So up front, you have asked them to breach their legal authority. You've asked them to breach the proper etiquette. Okay, and remember, everything about every legal proceeding is always about the etiquette. It's always about the etiquette. It's always about procedures. It's always about the proper motions, the proper way to do things. Okay, so you started off with asking them to violate their proper etiquette, the legal proceedings. Okay, so obviously they're gonna shut you down there. Okay, when you reach out to them, you basically say, like, say, my name is Tabitha Crockett. I'm a real estate investor out of South Carolina. And what you want to do is you always want to give them the case number.
I did. That's how I led the email with the docket number.
Okay,
That's
so you say don't say I'm contacting you about the property. I'm contacting you about docket number.
Yes,
blah,
I
blah,
did
blah,
do that.
Okay, I'm blah blah blah. I would like to make an offer to pay off the lien that is owed to your client. You didn't mention anything about the seller, the owner of the property. I'd like to make an offer to pay off the liens that is owed to your client, as well as pay the attorney fees, all attorney fees associated with docket number, blah, 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 blah. Okay? I would appreciate it if you can pass this information on to your client in hopes that they can make the proper connections for us to facilitate this transaction. Now, did you ever mention anything about this, about the homeowners? Did you ever mention anything about the sellers? You really didn't even mention the property. So in no way, shape, or form have you asked them to violate the attorney-client privilege, right? Everything that you ask them, they can do. Matter of fact, everything that you ask them, everything that you put before them, they are legally bounded and obligated to share that with their client. Are they not? Because what you share with them, you share with them a way to remedy, the way to get their client the money that they are seeking, the way to get their client's attorney fees paid. If an attorney has a viable options to take care of their client or to get their client the money that they're seeking or to solve their problem, and they don't share with that, and they don't share that with that client, what are they doing then? Can anybody tell me?
Is that breach of trust?
That's right. They have breached trust. But you accomplish the same thing without asking them to violate attorney-client privilege. Did you not? So learn how to phrase when you're talking to the trustee. Remember, you're talking to an attorney. Now you're dealing with the legal system. Common sense don't play into that. Yeah, common sense will say, well, shoot, Calvin, common sense will tell them that if I'm offering to pay off the client and put money in the cash, we can get this thing taken care of, and then they can avoid all this mess. Where common sense don't mean squat in a court of law. It's sad to say that, but it doesn't. Okay, common sense and plain talk never flies when it comes to court proceedings. Okay, everybody got that?
Yep.
Now, is that going to work 100% of the time? No. Okay. It doesn't work 100%, but it does work often. As Mr. Joshua said, the trustee offered me the lender's name, and I can contact them directly. Okay. So make sure when you get to the point to where you're reaching out to the trust, and I normally don't reach out to a trustee until it's last resort. Okay. I've tried every other thing before I reach out. Okay. Yeah, Ms. Shaw said it does matter. I spent some time in pre-law, and the email etiquette matters. It most definitely does. Oh my God. Because if it's not formatted, if it's not worded right, if in any way it leads to or even implies that they should breach their attorney-client privilege, they're not even going to respond to it. They're just going to shut it down. No, I don't have scripts yet this morning. That's why we have these meetings. You can always pull these up. All of the meetings that we have on our YouTube channel and all our YouTube videos, they're clearly, labeled as ones you can actually go and you can pull them up in the. You can actually go and pull them up in the in the playlist. We have a playlist, as you all can see here. Get out of this. I'll upload the video. We have a playlist of the different types of meetings that we have. Y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So we have a playlist for Flipstream real estate day trading training. All right. We have a playlist for all of the mentorship sessions. We have a playlist for all of our live broadcasts that we have every Sunday. Okay. We have a playlist for everything that we do that we talk. When I talk about Flipstream, the foreclosure rescue, and we have a playlist for the day trading series. When I'm just coming on, and just doing quick spot trainings or whatever it is about the day trading process. Okay, and I have a playlist for the tools and resources demo. Okay, so basically, if you want to go over some of the stuff that we put out as far as the script that I'm giving, stuff that I'm giving you all, just come here and pull up the real estate day trade and just look at those videos. Okay, I am not a real big fan of structured scripts because people get so caught up in trying to say stuff word for word until it sounds so fake, until it really just turns people off. I am a bigger fan of telling you all how to format your own words. Because if you format your own words, then you're able to say it naturally. It becomes natural. It's not something you gotta learn because I've just outlined how you should format it. And then you can come up with the words that you feel comfortable with in presenting it. So if you're trying to learn everything I say word for word, that's gonna screw a lot of y'all up real bad. Okay? That's why we record stuff, and you can learn to format how you're speaking with people or how you're doing your emails and things like that. Now, I probably could go and put together an email, but I'll be honest with you, that's not enough hours in the day for me to do that and do all the stuff that I'm doing with this platform at the same time. A lot of you all, someone just texted me and said, I'm going to see what Chat GPT comes up with. Exactly. Look, there's so much resource. A lot of y'all can come up with stuff, and you can use Chat GPT or whatever it's called, Chat GPT, and all this other stuff. All this other stuff. They got these AIs now. You can create a whole virtual person to do an entire webinar, right? Through AI now, right? So a lot of you all can create this stuff yourself, and you have the ability to come back here in the Flipstream website, right? Each and every last one of you all have the ability to come here in the Flipstream website, and you can go back here, and you can go into these areas here. Where it says your groups and stuff, and you can post this stuff, and you can create this stuff yourself. Like here, your network lounge area or your members area. Go here, your network lounge area, right? You see right here, go to your network lounge area. You all can create posts. You can create y'all can create scripts that you all can share back and forth. So like, hey, this worked for me. You all might want to try this, right? Has anybody gone in here and started, creating their own posts and their own scripts and stuff? This platform is set up to give y'all the ability to do that. You all can come in, you can create groups. You can create your own scripts, own posting groups that you can share with everybody who is a member of this platform. But you all realize that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah. That's why
No,
it's called.
didn't realize that.
That's why it's called the Network Lounge. Okay, that's why it's called the Network Lounge. This is an area where y'all come in, y'all can create posts, you can load up videos, you can create chat GPTs or whatever you call them, and you can post them here. You can even do GFS photos. You can create a chat GPT video and load it up here, and or and I encourage each and every last one of you all to create your own Flipstream YouTube channel. Okay? Why? Because the way you make anything go viral, right? How do you make things go viral? Does anybody know how you make things go viral?
By posting content.
By posting content and having more than one person posting about the same subject, phrase, content. Look, I share all the time. Anybody who knows that I get up in the morning, you'll see me posting stuff at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm posting. And I'm posting to not just, one place, just my timeline, just my profile. I'm posting to, all types of places. If you look at some of this stuff on, let's go here, let's pull up, what you call it? I post on my personal timeline, and I share stuff, but I also share on the, Flipstream. We go to the Flipstream page, right? And if you look down here, and you'll see how many times I share stuff. 18 shares. 18 shares. 19 shares. And look where I'm sharing it to. I'm sharing it to, not just my timeline, but I'm sharing it to all these groups. Side Business Hustle. What's the other one? Financial Independence, I'm by Design. Generational Wealth Network. How to Dispatch Freight from Home. Social Media Load Boards. I'm sharing to all groups all over the place. Not only that, I have 3 different Facebook profiles. I have 3 different. I have one that I use on. I have a profile that I use strictly with Mozilla Firefox. I have another profile that I use strictly with Microsoft Edge. I have 3 different profiles. Look at all the stuff I'm sharing here. Same thing. And I have a third profile that I use on Google Chrome. Okay. So I'm sharing every day, all day, everywhere. If we can just get each and every last one of you all to share from our Facebook postings, we can get you all to just share, 3 things a day to at least, 3 different groups on Facebook, including and your own timeline, and then maybe copy and paste this stuff and share it on LinkedIn or Twitter or some other places, Instagram or whatever it could be. Now, if you really want to start doing some stuff, right, create your own little short videos. Just do a quick live, something, hey, have you heard about Flipstream? I joined this platform about such and so far, I'm loving it. That's all you got to say. Have you heard about flip-stream.com? I'm not asking you to go in there and give a whole class about Flipstream. I'm just saying, just post your experience somewhere. Talk about it. I mean, y'all can't tell me y'all don't get online and you don't make posts, anyway. You don't go live and do lives for, the little dances and stuff that you do, or you may be showing your cat or something. I mean, you know, your little pets or something. I mean, you're doing something where you're posting, right? So help this go viral. Create your own YouTube channel. Start doing your own YouTube videos. Because that's going to help you to, because if you're doing it, and Alicia's doing it, and I'm doing it, and my partner's doing it, and Tabitha's doing it, and everybody else is doing it, right? And everybody's talking about flip-stream.com. Everybody's talking about Flipstream. You got a YouTube channel that has the same, you know, image here, images that's similar to it. You got the Flipstream logo up. You got your own YouTube channel, right? You start getting subscribers. Now, here's what happens. When you do that and it goes viral, when you're sharing stuff by the same name, YouTube's algorithm takes over because now you got more than one person talking about the same thing, using the same key phrase, flip-stream.com, flip-stream live, flip-stream. And they're seeing the same imagery that's being shared, that's being created by somebody else. So now YouTube algorithm takes over, right? If I'm doing this myself, YouTube is only showing it to a limited market. But if I've got 5 other people that have YouTube channels with the same name, Flipstream in it, guess what? YouTube algorithm now takes over and they start sharing it to, y'all see what happening? They start putting it in front of more people, thus raising your subscribership, because people who are subscribing to my Flipstream channel, when they go to this for Flipstream, they see this other Flipstream channel, doesn't understand the record that they will probably subscribe to your Flipstream channels too. And it goes viral, then all of a sudden you get more than 1,000 subscribers. YouTube then reaches out to you and says, we want to monetize your channel. We'll offer you 55% of the ad revenue of all ads that run on your videos. Well, that's your money. But my sharing helped boost you to that point. Your sharing helps boost me to that point. Alicia sharing helps boost Tabitha's to that point, and vice versa. That's how things go viral. Everybody understand that? And I give you the perfect example. How many of you all have seen these videos? Gold digger pranks. How many of y'all have seen those? This is the perfect example.
I've seen them.
All right. Do you know that this is, all right, you got this guy, you got London, you got Nair, you got this other guy, you got all these different guys that are doing, it's 5 of them. Do you all know that they're part of the same company? Did y'all know that?
No.
They're all part of the same company. The company was started by the older guy, the guy that says, always says that he's a Burger King, you know, franchise owner. That guy. He started that company. He brought all these guys together and they came up with a plan to manipulate and use the YouTube algorithm. That's why they're all called gold digger pranks. But they have 5 different guys doing the same prank. Thus, the YouTube algorithm takes over, and all of a sudden, you got 37,000 views. You got 2 million subscribers on each and every last one of their channels because they're all connected. How do you think these guys just overnight, all of a sudden, just took over YouTube? All 5 of them. Because they're all the same company. They're all under the same umbrella. And this is a concerted effort for them to go out and create these pranks. All of the females, they are hired participants. Okay? These guys are bringing in, so in the neighborhood, all together, they're probably bringing in close to about a couple $100,000 a week. Okay? From all the ad revenue and everything that's running on their channels. We have the capability to do the exact same thing. Because of the number of members that we have, if everybody here created their own YouTube channel and called it Flipstream, would we not have some of the same results? Yes, because people who are interested in this type of stuff, they start YouTube takes over and they start using the algorithm to perpetuate and to promote what we are putting out because it's being done by several people. And we have the capability to actually be more popular than they are because we have more members than they do. Do y'all see that?
Let's see, you taught me something there.
And every channel that gets to 1,000 subscribers will get monetized. With Alicia's channel, they offer her 55% of ad revenue. I'll get 55% of my ad revenue. Tabitha gets 55% of her ad revenue. Mr. Tim gets 55% of his ad revenue. Michael gets 55% of his ad revenue. Gary gets 55% of his ad revenue. See how all that connects now? It is not an accident that all these guys have the same name, Gold Digger Prank, but it's all different channels. Because they're all part of the same group. Every last one of them. Okay? This is a business. The platform is set up for you all to create. Tabitha is the perfect thing. She created her own We Buy Houses business. Powered by what? Flipstream resources. Right, Tabitha?
Yes, I did.
Exactly. And each one of y'all can do the exact same thing. Just take it a step forward, a step further, create your own YouTube channels. Use some of this. I send you the imagery that you can put up. I share pictures with Gary, with Alicia. Y'all contact me all the time. Hey, Kevin, you got some new images? I put on my Facebook page, whatever, this and that. Do what they did. I think Gary changed his Facebook page, his image. Right, Gary?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
There
did.
it is, Flipstream.
Uh-huh.
This is how you go viral. Okay? I can share this, and I share it all the time, everywhere. I mean, everything I do is Flipstream on just about every single one of my profiles. Here's my profile for my profile. My one for my Google Chrome. Okay? But what do you see on it? Flipstream, 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 Flipstream. You see what I mean? If I go to my other profile, the one on Microsoft, what do you see? Flipstream, 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 more Flipstream, Tabitha stuff. Right? Flipstream, but Tabitha stuff that deals with Flipstream. So that's why I share it. Y'all see what I'm saying? And of course, back to my home profile, the one on this one, same thing. It's all Flipstream. Okay, so I'm sharing all the time. And if you go to my Twitter account or X account, same thing. You go to my TikTok account, same thing. Instagram account, same thing. I'm sharing all over the place. YouTube channel, same thing. So by doing the stuff that you all normally do on social media, just do it and include Flipstream in it, and you can start increasing your revenue on top of what you're doing as far as the day trading and stuff within Flipstream. You can create social media revenue just by sharing something that, by everybody doing it, it starts to connect. Because if we're doing like on Facebook, we're all sharing stuff by Flipstream. Facebook, their metadata takes over. Same way YouTube's, their algorithm takes over. And they start putting it in front of more people. Y'all see that? Y'all know that Facebook now pays you if you have so many people who are talking about the same thing you're talking about? Do y'all know that?
No.
Nope.
First time I'm hearing it, Calvin.
Yeah. Facebook pays you. If you get enough people talking about a subject and resharing something that you originally shared, something that you shared, Facebook pays you as a content creator. But you got to get so many hits on it. And the way to get so many hits is by using the metadata algorithm. And the way you manipulate the metadata algorithm, you get other people involved in sharing the same phrases, the same links to the same website, and the same stuff, and having the same imagery. Okay? You think these people are out doing all this stuff on social media? You think they're doing it just because they like to do it? They're doing it because they're making money. Because they figured out how to use the metadata algorithm to make money, to organically make money. That's why all the people are so upset about them talking about doing away with TikTok. Because there's so many people making money on TikTok just by creating their videos and sharing them. And they're starting to get that popularity. More and more people start sharing them, more and more people start liking them. Then TikTok's algorithm is like none other algorithm. TikTok, woo, their algorithm, yeah. Their algorithm is like on steroids. And that's why the government wants to shut it down, because TikTok has so much influence. They have so much access to people and what they do and how they think. And once you figure out what people do and how they think, and then you learn how to manipulate them, how to steer them into doing certain things and buying certain things, voting certain ways, whatever the case may be. Okay? Make no mistake about it. The government does have a valid point when they say that TikTok there's too much control from a foreign country over American citizens. And it is a lot of control. Make no mistake about it, it is a lot of control. Because TikTok is owned, has close ties, ownership has close ties to the government there. Okay. I love TikTok. I love it. I use TikTok. I pray that they don't do away with it. Okay? But I understand the government's point. I do. I understand it. Is it enough to make me stop using TikTok? No. Because I don't think anybody can control me. That's me personally. Now, are there people out there who can be manipulated? Yes. But I'm not one of them. Okay? So that's why I don't fear TikTok. Yeah, I just, don't fear it. All right? All right. So with that being said, we need you all to start sharing, create your own YouTube channels. You can start creating your own YouTube channel, start doing stuff, putting it out there, and we can grow this thing to the point where everybody has multiple streams of income coming in. With your mainstream is definitely from doing the platform, because you're making a lot of money when you're flipping these houses out. When you're doing, we start doing the rescue programs, making a lot of money. When we start, turning the properties into an actual LLC and attaching a bank account to it and turning it into an active security. We start selling shares in those security. That's another whole thing that we're going to get into, but that's down the road. It's not that far down the road if we can raise the money to start doing the foreclosure rescues. Okay. But, this is all stuff that's embedded in what Flipstream will be doing. All right. So let's get back to what's called here. All right. So, all right. Everybody knows that when we're talking about, I'm just going to do a California deal here. Now, I want y'all to be aware that there are some states, I'm sorry, I'm putting in my name. There are some states that have expedited foreclosure processes, okay? Texas is an expedited foreclosure state. Does anybody know what I mean by expedited foreclosure state?
No, could you explain that, please?
Okay. The normal timeline in most states for foreclosure, it takes about 3 to 4 years to fully foreclose on a property. Foreclosure is you can't just go in and legally take someone's property in 60, 90, 6 months, time when it comes to the foreclosure. Because people are buying that house, they have a note in the house, they have a deed and all that type of stuff. Now, when you're renting, yeah, you can get somebody out in 30, 60 days. That's the eviction process. But when it comes to foreclosure, there's a certain timeline in most states. The normal timeline, it takes 1.5 years of missed payments before it can get to the lease pending stage. In order for someone's property to be put in list pending, list pendings is the legal notification from the lender to the homeowner that they have started the foreclosure process. They started the legal paperwork to foreclose on the property. Okay. Now, before it gets to that stage, you cannot start a list pendants until a homeowner has missed 1.5 years of payments. Okay. Now, the list pending stage is another whole year. So when they start the paperwork and the process, there's 1 year that has to go by before they are able to present that paperwork to a court and schedule a court hearing. These are the legal time frames. Okay. All during that time, the person can still reclaim their home by paying their missed payments, negotiating to some type of mitigation process or whatever case may be, right? And still reclaim their home. They can still stay in the home. They can't be made to move out of the home all during that time. So 1.5 years before they can file the list pendants. When they do start the list pendants, before they can file it for a court, it has to be 1 year before they can file it to a court. So that's now 2.5 years. When they present it to a court, it takes 4 to 6 months before it goes to an actual court hearing. So now you're at 3 years, right? When it goes to a court hearing, and the judge can decide to either dismiss the foreclosure altogether if he finds improprieties on the lender side, or he can rule that the foreclosure is valid, and they will continue on, and he will schedule what's called a auction sale or a trust sale. Okay. When the judge can make the auction sale, the date of auction can be as far out as 120 days, another 4 months. Okay. And even during that time, the homeowner can still reclaim their home. Okay. When it goes to auction, now you're at 3.5 years. When it goes to auction and it gets auctioned off, even though someone has paid for it and made a bid, got a winning bid on the property, they cannot evict that person, or they can't even go to that property until the confirmation period is over, which is 120 days in most states. That's another 4 months. And during that time, the client can still reclaim their home. They can work out something with the lender. They can pay the past dues. They can sell it. This is where we come doing this whole project. This is where we come in and make offers to do what? To pay off the lien and basically keep the foreclosure from going forward. You know what I'm saying? So they can still reclaim their home. Even after it's been auctioned off, the homeowner can still reclaim their home. They have 120 days in the confirmation period. If the homeowner reclaims their home during the 120 days, the court then sends a letter and a refund to the person that bought the property. Dear Mr. Auction or Home or whatever the name is, who won the bid, the homeowner has exercised their right to reinstate their mortgage. Here is your refund. It's that simple as that. Now, Texas is an expedited foreclosure state. Okay. Texas does not have confirmation periods. Texas does not really have a list pending. They have what's called a notice of default, and then they have where they can send it straight to a judge within within 8 months to a year. So when you look up Texas, you're gonna see a lot of auction stuff because they kind of skip that list in this period, that year, in between there. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? And how many of you have looked for properties in Texas? Anybody? Is anybody looking for properties in Texas?
No, not as of yet,
All right.
but we should start.
Well, you probably should because Texas has a lot of auctions. You don't want to deal with stuff that's already been scheduled or it has gone to auction or is going to the auction. You really want stuff that's in list pendants. Now, you can deal with stuff that's going to auction if the auction is at least 3 months out, 2 to 3 months out. Okay, but you're on the time crunch. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
Okay. The reason why I'm telling y'all that, if you're looking in Texas and you see a lot of auction stuff, that's what you're going to get in Texas. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's already scheduled or going to auction because they skip that list. Texas really skipped that list pending stage. So they can foreclose on your property a lot sooner in Texas than they can just about anywhere else. Everywhere else, it takes 3 to 4 years. In Texas, it takes about a year to a year and a half.
So what are the rules in California?
California, they give them every opportunity in the world to reclaim their house. You can be in foreclosure for like, I've seen cases in California where they drag that thing out for 6, 7 years.
Really?
Yeah. But California is a good place to find a lot of foreclosures, find good high equity foreclosures. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can I say one thing, Mr.
Sure.
Melvin? So this is one of the places that I have been calling, and I have run into a few sellers that I have talked to, but they weren't really motivated because I guess that they didn't feel a lot of pain at the moment.
Yeah.
But I do have them on a back burner, and I let them know that I'm going to call you. So I'm going to call them every first of the month just to check in with them so that they remember me.
Exactly. California is a state where, like I say, people, they're not really, because most people who own property in California, they know they can drag this thing out for forever and a day almost. Right? So when you contact the people in California, you're going to run into a lot of them that, hey, I'm not really worried about it. Right?
Okay.
It's
All
that
right.
type of attitude. It's just that California attitude that they have.
Okay, well, I have a question. So
Sure.
which state would you recommend to go into?
I mean, I like California because California, you can offer people a lot of money in their pocket, which is a great motivator, right? Because of the property values there, right? So that kind of equals out, the fact that they got a long foreclosure process, but we can offer big sums of money, which is a great motivator for them there. Now, states that I like, Nevada, just about, pretty much this year. Come on. Look at that. All right. Places that are around big metropolis, okay? Like when you got Nevada, you got Arizona is good, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana is good, Virginia, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, all up here in the Northeast, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York, definitely great New York. Detroit, target rich. Why? Because there's a lot of abandoned properties in Michigan, in Detroit. Especially in Detroit, particularly. Okay. A lot of good opportunities to get properties at like, I'm talking like 10, 15, 20% of the value sometimes. really. Okay, so you know,
Is
pretty much.
is this because they're in pre-foreclosure, or do you mean just in general about?
Well, because a lot of properties are in foreclosure, a lot of properties are abandoned, a lot of properties are, you know, Detroit is just one of those places that has a lot of properties that you can grab up.
Okay, so
Uh,
maybe I just need to switch markets.
yeah, don't don't limit yourself to just one area. I mean, you got
Mhm.
an entire country,
Right.
right?
So what I was thinking was that I was just going to give, since I started a couple weeks ago in California, that I was going to stay there at least for 3 to 4 months to
Yeah.
see if I can get a deal and then move on to a different
Now,
market.
what you probably should do is create you a region:
You
California,
know what?
Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. You see what I'm saying? Create you like a
Okay.
little region, right? Create
Mhm.
you a little and create you a region. Create you a region. Now another thing that's going to help us to get these deals done quickly and get good offers on them. If you're doing a deal in an area that's only got 500 residents, residents, population of 500, we can get those deals done because we can look at stuff that's close by. Take for instance, here in Florida, I live in Tallahassee. I'm from Quincy. There's a little place called Havana, Midway, Tallahassee, Mariana, Gretna. Those places got less than 1,000 people. Some of them, right? But because they are within 30 miles of Tallahassee, right, which has a few 100,000 people, right, and it's the capital of Florida, right, that makes those areas good areas to prospect for properties at, because end buyers are eager to get rental properties and buy properties in those areas. Okay. Now, if you're in a place that's way out in the boondocks and a major city is not within 100 miles, you're gonna have some difficulty getting some great offers. We'll still get offers in those areas because no matter where you live at, I don't care what the population is, there's a real estate agent in that area, right? And that real estate agent is selling property, right? Right? And no matter
That's
where
right.
you are, people are
Yeah,
renting
that's
property.
correct.
People need property. They need some place to rent, some place to lease, some place to stay at, no matter where it is. I don't care if you ain't got a town but 60 people. Somebody renting, somebody selling something, somebody buying, right?
Right.
So we can still get those deals done, but I would not expect a 60% offer on those deals that we would normally get. I would expect somewhere closer to between that 40 and that 50%. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So just kind of be aware of that. Give you all some guidelines where you might want to start, pinpointing or targeting your areas. If you got areas that's got big cities, population's good, a lot going on, entertainment, stuff like that. Got a lot of tourist stuff, whatever it's that. Those areas are great for getting good offers from end buyers. Okay, does everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and just about every state, like I said, Texas is, like I said, it's one of those expedited states. Okay, they want to, you know, you miss payments in Texas, they try to take you home as soon as possible. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, great property values, but they got an expedited foreclosure process. Okay, but pretty much everywhere else is it's kind of open. You may find some spots here and there that has a lot of auction, but for the most part, you got the entire United States that you can prospect in. Okay, now
Right.
we are going to be, my partner and I, we're going to be creating a place on the site where you all can go and pay for a private investigative service. Okay. Like you're trying to run down leads and you run into ones that's great numbers wise, but you can't seem to pinpoint the person's phone number. You don't try to, the free skip trace sources that we've given you, reached out to the trustee and things like that. You reached out to the lender, and you're still not having any luck. We're gonna have it where you all can use the same private investigative service that he used. You'll be able to go on here and you'll be able to click it and pay $1.50 per search. Now, don't get in the habit of using that for every search. Okay. Exhaust the free searches, the free skip traces that we give you access to first. Okay. Exhaust the 2 free skip traces that we give you access to first. Okay. But there will be one on here that I'm going to have up here. I'm trying to have it up by Sunday. I'm going to try to have it up by Sunday. And you all will be able to go in there and you'll be able to put in information you person you're looking for, name, street number, street address, all that type of stuff, right? Put the name in, just going to submit their name and the last known address that you pulled up on PropWire or whatever it be, right? Put that in, and then you're going to be able to click on it and pay the $1.50 and then submit it. Okay? And then a partner will have that investigative firm do the search. This investigative firm, they can find anybody. They will get you the president's personal phone number, cell phone number. They'll get it for you. But don't be surprised when the men in black show up at your door. That's how good they are. Okay? So, but don't get in the habit of just using just because of I just pay $1.50. So that $1.50 adds up. Right? Right? It may sound like it's not a lot of money.
It will add up.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, sir.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask a question. So
Sure.
How long do you recommend that you work on your business, per day? Like maybe 3 to 4 hours?
That depends on each person. I mean, look, I do this every day, all day, because I'm just a fanatic at it. Okay. But then again, I'm responsible for building a platform. I'm responsible for bringing in shareholders. I'm responsible for all of the content. I'm responsible for, the training videos and all of I'm responsible for the YouTube channels. I'm responsible. I mean, I'm on this thing. I get up in the morning and I'm responsible for doing most of the mentorship sessions. So you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is,
So you're pretty busy.
yeah, this is me. Now, you on the other hand, if you're just doing the day trading, right? And you're doing especially if you're doing the partnership, I mean, you don't need to put in no more than an hour. I mean, how many properties can you research in an hour? Quite a few of them, right?
Yeah, quite a few.
Here's what I would do. Day one, spend an hour, if you want to do 2 hours, researching properties. Putting all your numbers together, making sure they work out numbers well. Right? I would do like Jen Williams. I love the way her strategy is. She'll spend about an hour to 2 hours on a Monday. Let's say on Monday. An hour to 2 hours, she'll spend researching properties and structuring deals, right? She'll structure about 25 to 30, right? She creates a spreadsheet. She puts them on that spreadsheet, has them kind of labeled, whatever she's doing. Then, when she's structured them, the next day, she's looking up, she's doing skip traces on all 30 of them. You see what's going on? She's doing the skip traces. She's finding the numbers. She's not calling them yet. She's doing the skip traces and getting the most likely numbers and everything she needs to get, right? Puts it all in there, puts it on her spreadsheet, right? Yeah, on her spreadsheet, this number was last verified on June 2024. This number was last verified on April 2023, whatever the case may be. So she's got her most likely ones that are going to be good numbers, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when she does that and get all that on spreadsheet, the next day she starts calling all 30 of them. She's calling, right? The ones that she's able to get in touch with right away and get their number verified, she talk with them, get the number verified, and get the email unverified, she checks them as verified, right? The ones where she got where the phone does ring and a voicemail comes on, she checks them as active, but not yet verified, which means you know it's an active number.
Right.
You know it's probably their number. There's actual voicemail to it. And she can actually leave a message, put active, left a message. Okay? That means she's got to call them back at some point in time, right? The ones that ring and it says that this voicemail is full, you know, then she put active, voicemail full, you know, and then she may put a note out beside it, maybe a lost phone, may not have access to this phone anymore, may not use this phone anymore, but it's still active, right? And then she'll put down there, I sent a text. You see what I'm saying? So what she's doing is she's putting all her stuff in little categories. And the ones that go to a non-active number, could not locate, whatever, might want to pay for the $1.50 skip trace, right? Now, the ones that she verified automatically, she's got 30 numbers that she's called, she may get 5 or 6 of them that's verified. Then she goes and she submits the form for those 5 or 6. You see what I'm saying? Then she goes and she submits the form for those 5 or 6. Comes in here and she does the submission. Okay? She does her deal submission on those 5 or 6. That means she sent us over 5 verified or 6 verified or 7 verified numbers that we are now working on, and she's going back now and doing what? She's researching, and then on that Thursday or Friday, on that Thursday and Friday, she's trying to track down those other ones, right? Maybe paying for some for the $1.50 skip trace, right? She may take her a break on Saturday and Sunday, and then on Monday she does what? Now what does she do on Monday?
Do it all over again.
Start all over.
Start over.
And she's doing about an hour to 2 hours each day. And being very productive.
Okay.
Right?
That's right. So let me just say what I've been doing. So every morning I get up at around 6 o'clock because I don't have to be to my job till like 8 o'clock. So I try to spend an hour and a half or close to 2 hours just emailing. So I would get a list and then I would start to skip trace. And on the skip trace system, or on when you pull up their name, most of them have like 5, 6, 7 email addresses. So if I'm looking up 30 people and they all have 5, 6, 7 emails addresses, so that's over 150 emails. So I'm trying to send emails in the morning between 6 and 7. So then when I get home in the afternoon at around 4 o'clock, so from 4 to 6 or 4 to 7, I can be calling people. So that's what I have been doing. So
that's a good plan too. I mean, make your routine something that works for you. Because if it's something you're not comfortable with, you're not going to do it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So make it work. I'm just sharing you what Jen does because that seems like a good format, and I kind of adopted somewhat of what she did, But make it what's comfortable for you. Alicia says no Georgia, but most of them are. Yeah, okay. She said that she's been doing a lot of research in Georgia. Georgia has a lot of auctions too. Okay. I have 100 already. I have 100 already enough to research. And day 2, I work on my first 25 and do the numbers. Good job and repeat. Okay. Cool. Chris, on logos. All right. If you want to get logos, go to our Facebook page, Flipstream. Flip-Stream on Facebook. Make sure you follow us make sure you follow the page, right? Make sure you follow the page. And any image you see on here, you can use it.
You can have it.
I mean, seriously. Any image, you can go in here. I think you can just click on the photos, right? Well, no, okay, I'm not in Flipstream. My bad. Those are my photos. Flipstream. Okay. Go to the Flipstream page. All right. And then when you get into the Flipstream page, when you go to the page, you can click on the photos, I think. Click on the photos. And, you got all these photos. You got that. I got some albums here. I got photos. You can just click on the photo. You're not going to be able to edit them because I own the page, so I can edit them. You'll at least be able to click on the photos, right? And then just either take a screenshot of it, right? You can do that. Or you can just right-click and save image. You can do that. Okay? That's the easiest way to get the photos. I mean, they're all right. Everything is right here. And and y'all know I'm always posting something. I'm always creating some type of, Flipstream, logo or photo or marketing, right? Just right here on the Facebook page. You just go and pull them up. Even some of the stuff that I've shared, like stuff like this. Use Flipstream to find and structure quick click deals. We make the offers, contract, fund, and flip the deals. We split the profits. You can copy that. That's an image. So any of this stuff, you can use any of it. If I shared it, you can use it. Okay? If I shared it, you can use it. You can copy and paste the post that I shared. If give yourself show you something here. If you copy and paste like this little phrase right here where it says, "What is Flipstream?" Right? Let's just copy that. You ain't gotta have the photo, because here's what happens. If you copy that, let's say if I go to another whole Facebook page, right, and I go and you share this on your page or whatever, see, and there it is right there again from my old page. But if you click that and then you just click paste, look what happens. It pulls it up. I've got it in the SEO settings to pull this picture up. So when you can just post that, right? You can post it. And when you post it, you can share it to whoever you want to share it to, but I just click post, and then it pops up on your Facebook like that. And you can click on it and it takes you right to the site. You can click on it and take them right to the site. Okay?
Okay.
You can do the same thing in Twitter. You can do the same thing in Instagram. Don't allow you to post links, but you can post this in Twitter and it'll pull up the same type of whatchamacallit. You can do the same thing on LinkedIn. You can copy and paste it, just paste it on LinkedIn, and it'll pull up this picture and this wording up here, and then people can just click on it. You do the same thing in LinkedIn. You do the same thing on what's the other one? It's one that's it's called, I use it a lot now. It's an Instagram type of deal. It's called
Threads?
I think it's Threads.
Threads.
Yeah, Threads.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Threads.
Uh-huh.
Threads. Same thing on Threads. Threads do allow links. So you can do that on Threads. Okay? So, let's get to sharing some of this stuff. Create your own YouTube channel. Start doing your own live. Just come on, make little quick, lives and post little live videos and post on Flipstream and stuff. Y'all know I do reels. I mean, and how many of y'all know how to create reels? Reels are a great way. Matter of fact, let me share my sound. Reels are a great way to promote yourself and stuff that you're doing. Like I said, I do a lot of TikTok reels and stuff. I do a lot of reels, as y'all can see here. Like, you can do I do little quick reels where I come in and I'm just, talking about, Hey everybody, look, Flipstream is changing lives. Okay, seriously, it's going to change lives financially
I got my
for those
link
people
in
who
there.
want to learn how to
Just create your little
flip
reel.
properties
Yeah.
and earn 20, 30, 40, 50,
It's a,
60K, even up.
I mean, you can do little,
Good morning.
so
Look,
3 minute,
flip-stream.com.
really 1 minute
That
reel.
is the rage.
Most reels,
Good
they'll
morning,
allow you to do
everybody.
about 90
Look,
seconds.
Flipstream,
Okay.
again, is going to change
They'll allow
lives.
you to do about 90
If
seconds.
you want to know how to.
You know, but I create these reels.
Good morning, everybody.
Little quick reels, just little quick, live.
Resources done in a
Just very little quick live. Somebody even put.
Whole life been right about right now. Whole lot chit chat. Can't do that, settle down, pipe down.
Yeah. Start creating stuff like that. This is how I mean, my reels get some pretty good little, I got 308 views on that one, 181 views on that one, 100 views on that one, 106 views, 312 views, 351 views. You see what I'm saying? And that's just on the Flipstream side. If I go to my personal page, I've created a bunch of reels, and you all can, and this is stuff that you can quickly do right on your phone. Pull up your phone's camera, create some reels. I've done some on the personal side that are really, really nice. Where my reels at here? Well, people just post anything on Facebook, don't they? I've got some on my personal reels where I've created a lot of flip-free stuff. Come on, thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Some reels that I've created that I really like. I did this one. This is one that I just did. I kind of like this. This is just kind of like a personal one, but it's one of that has Flipstream in it.
Fix it for me.
Just little
Anybody
stuff that I have
know
down
that
here.
only God
Trying to
can
help
do.
families. Trying to help families make
Oh, fix it for
a
me.
platform that's helping.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
And it's a huge challenge. I just kind of
Because Lord, I have a problem
just create little stuff like this.
that only you can
This gets
solve.
people's attention. People are drawn to stuff like this. They watch it, they look at it, and they like it, and they comment on it, and it drives traffic to whatever you're trying to promote. So, take your time and just kind of little stuff. Just do it. It doesn't take that long. Okay. So, and at the same time, you're building your metadata, and you start getting enough views and start sharing enough content, you start getting these little checks from Facebook. Okay? Start getting these little checks from Facebook, start getting checks. If you're doing them on YouTube, you're getting checks from Google. YouTube ad from the ad revenue of the ads that they place on your YouTube videos. Okay? And if we all start doing it, we'll create the same type of thing that those guys did with the gold digger prank videos. Okay? Because I'm telling you, once you hit 100,000 subscribers, right? Once you hit 100,000 subscribers, you're making about 19, what did it say? It's close to about 19 grand a month almost. Is what you're pulling down with 100,000 subscribers. If your subscribers, 10% of your subscribers is watching at least a video a day. That's what it kind of comes out. I think you can actually Google it. How much revenue is generated from 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Here we go.
All right, there we go right there. All right, how much YouTube paid me in 2020 with 100,000 subscribers? YouTube paid me $38,095 in 2020 with 100,000 subscribers. I want to break down whatever. And then they have down here, how much do 100,000 subscribers on YouTube pay? And it gives you a more accurate one right here. Okay. So that's not bad money, about $3,700 a month, you know, anywhere from $2,300 a month to $3,700, almost $4,000 a month. Just by you creating some videos and you get 100,000 subscribers. You see what I mean? Now, you got these guys on like this what's called thing because they've gone viral, right? And I think they're looking at almost 1 million subscribers. If you're doing like 1 million subscribers, the average earning range for YouTube channels with 100,000 subscribers between $5,000 and $15,000 a month. That's still pretty good. I'm trying to see what the million is. With the 1 million subscribers, yeah, with the 1 million subscribers, you're making about $18,000 per week. Okay. This would equate to about $936,000 annually. So now you see why those guys are able to rent those Lamborghinis and those Rolls Royces, you know, when they're doing those gold digger pranks, right? You ever notice they always have those very expensive cars? Do y'all notice that?
Yeah.
Actually, the guy that started it, the older guy, he owns an exotic rental car company. So most of those cars they're getting from his company. Okay, so don't think those guys, it's just coincidence that they all have the same setup, the same pranks, you know, they all use the same type of, you know, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Corvettes, you know, Ferraris, you know, that's all they ever had. Because for one thing, they have the subscribers that's bringing in that ad revenue. And of course, the guy owns the exotic rental car company. Okay. So, you know, it's all about, you know, using our collectiveness to make this happen. Okay. I mean, I'm going to share because I don't have a choice. This is what I do every day, all day now. Okay. I'm committed to doing this every day, all day, and it's what I do. All right. All right. So I think, sorry about that. Does anybody have a question that they need? I mean, answer real quick before we kind of. All right. All right. So, Texas and Georgia, you know, you're going to see a lot of auctions there. But the thing is, another thing I don't want y'all to start doing, I don't want y'all to don't get bogged down and get stuck on just one deal. Okay. I understand that you're going to see some deals that are great. You're going to find deals that are like, man, that's a great deal. You know, oh man. And then you get so caught up in trying to do that one deal, you're not finding the number for it, you're not able to get in contact with them, and you just get fixated on that one deal because it's a great deal. But guess what? There's 1 million great deals on this thing. Right? Right? So don't get bogged down and fixated on one deal that you can't seem to find the right numbers for. You can't seem to make it move forward. You're getting fixated on the fact that, man, if I can put this deal together, I mean, we could give them $50,000 and still make $40,000. We can give them, you know, close to $90,000 and still make $60,000, you know, on our end. If I can just get in touch with them. Don't get so fixated on that till you slack up on structuring other deals. Everybody understand what I mean by that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, find the deals, put the deals together, make the phone calls, kind of do what Jen does, locate about 15, 20 of them or 30 of them. Then once you located them, then you call them. The ones that verify, you submit those in, and then you put the other ones on like a little call back. But then when you roll back around to your Monday, you start over and find you 30 more, right? And work that week, right? Submit what you can submit on that Thursday or Friday. Go back on Monday, find you 30 more, right? Because if you're finding 30 deals and you're verifying at least, put it this way, if you're finding 30 deals, pull my calculator. If you're finding 30 deals, and if you're only verifying out of that 30, let's say three, right? So the first week you submitted 3, the second week you submitted 3, third week, so in 4 weeks you submitted what? You submitted 12 deals. Those are 12 deals that when you get the numbers that are verified, you found the numbers, you've actually spoken with the people, you verified their email address, and when you send them over to me, if you've done your numbers right, I'm going to close them. Tabitha can tell you that. I'm going to close them. Okay? That's 12 deals you got to close, right? And if we're averaging, let's say we're only averaging $20,000, $25,000 at close. With most of our deals, we're averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of what? Between 20 and 30 and 40 some $1,000s, right? That's what we're looking at. But let's say we're only averaging $25,000. So on 12 times 25,000, that's $300,000 split between both ways, divided by 2. So on 12 deals, you just made $150,000. And you only verify, and you're only really verifying 3 out of 30. It does not take high numbers to make great money with this platform. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
You just have to take a consistent plan. Just be consistent. And don't get bogged down on the deals you can't get done right away. You may, now some of those deals may eventually come through, but don't let them bog you down from your routine. And that's if you're only verifying 3 a week, people. 3 a week.
3. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Mr. Butler. So I'm gonna just give you a scenario here. So if I'm calling homeowners that are in distress, and then I'm asking about do they want to offer on their property or whatever, and what if they ask me, well, are you a business? Or do you have a website? So is there anything in a back office that we can use to say, hey, this is our website?
I mean, you can send them a flip stream if you want to. I mean, we're not trying to hide anything. Or you can just tell them, say, yeah, I represent the company that will be making you the offer is RBBS, LLC, and Capital City Home Buyers. Okay. My company, RBBS, I do have a website, but I have everything under my logistics company.
Okay.
The RBBS LLC is like the parent company,
Right.
And the RBBS LLC stands for the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. That's what it stands for. Okay. Now, my partner and I, we are doing a separate LLC. We're going to be doing a separate LLC. He does have Capital City Home Buyers. Okay, so you can give him that what's going to do, and buyers is spelled with a Z at the end, not an S. Capital City Home Buyers with a Z. Okay.
Okay.
So you can give them that name, and you can give them out. I mean, just whatever you can give them that name, but just let them know that you're only, if you're doing a partnership, you're only reaching out to them to verify the phone number and the email address.
Okay.
Okay. Don't discuss numbers with them. If they start asking, well, how much money you giving? Are you just trying to steal my home? What is it? Yeah. Ma'am, sir, I understand your frustration. We're not trying to steal your home. Okay. We never contact any homeowners. We never make any offers without offering to pay off all their liens, their attorney fees, and putting a significant amount of money in their pocket at closing. Now, how much money that they're going to be able to offer you at closing, that's something that I cannot make that offer to you. I just need to verify that I have the best phone number for that person, which would be Mr. Calvin Butler, and he's the CEO of the company, for him to reach out to you and make the offer. Okay. And for me to do that, I need to get the best phone number and the best email address.
Email address.
Because he's gonna call you to make the offer, but he's also gonna make you make an official offer he's gonna send you
an official offer via email.
Yeah, he's gonna send you a offer to purchase through email after you all have come to terms on the phone call. I don't know what they're gonna offer you. I don't have that authority. He's the one who's gonna make that offer to you. And just get the phone number, get the email address.
Okay.
Then you submit it, then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
But we are in the process of creating a separate LLC because we're going to be creating a lot of LLCs once we start doing the foreclosure rescue. So we're going to be taking each one of those properties, we're going to be turning them into an active security. Okay. How many of y'all knew that you can actually turn real property into an active security and sell shares in that security? How many of y'all knew that?
Didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Okay. Yeah. And there's a company called REI that's doing something that's similar to that. And I actually have 3 properties with REI. Now, REI is a company that was set up about 5 years ago, where they allow you to invest as little as $100 in income producing properties, and then you start getting your portion, your percentage of the rent payments from that property. Okay, $100 gets you 10 shares, $300 gets you 30 shares, $1,000 gets you 300 shares. You see how that works? Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is gonna shock you all. I'm telling you this right now. This is gonna shock you. Gotta wait for my email, my text message. Oh, okay, I'm in. They didn't filter me this time. All right, this is gonna shock you all. All right, I'm gonna go and pull up my account real quick. Show you what I've got. I've got 2 properties with them, the Ellen and the Oscar. Okay. Now, my dividend checks from one is $9. I'm up to about, it's not quite $9, but I'm up to about, hold on here. I'm up to $1.11 on one, and I'm up to 33 cents on the other. Okay. Now, you probably say, well, Calvin, that don't hardly seem worth it, right? Right? One I put in $300 and I got 30 shares. One I put in $100 and I got 10 shares. Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, both these properties are rented out, and that's my cut of the rent that I get. Now, what I have done, I've modeled our rescue, the secondary part of our rescue program, our monetized side of the rescue program. I've modeled it after what REI has done. But what I've done is I've taken what they did right and I've incorporated, and I've taken what they did wrong and I've fixed it. Okay. Or improved upon it. Okay. And here is what they do right. What they do right is they have figured out a way to turn real properties into an actual investment security. Okay? When you buy the property, you then turn the property into an LLC. The property is now a standalone LLC. That LLC is not for any other property, just for that property alone. Okay? Then you open up a bank account for that LLC and that LLC only. Once you have an LLC and you have a bank account for it, you can then sell shares in your LLC. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Because the property itself is the LLC. The money that the property generates is what the shareholders get their cut from. Everybody got that? That's the simple man's way of just, explaining. Now, the problem that they have is they buy all brand new homes. Okay? I'll give you an example. Go back to the home, the one that I did. Go back to mine. Let's take the Ella. I got 30 shares in this property. All right. This is one that I invested in. Okay. I put in $300 on this one. I got 30 shares. Okay. They bought this property for $249,500. They only buy pretty much brand new properties. Okay. All the properties that they buy are properties that are less than a year old. Okay. That's their first mistake from where I see it. Okay. They buy brand new properties. In buying brand new properties, they're buying properties at the max value of what the house is valued at. In some cases, they be buying it for like a couple $100 less than what it's valued at. Right? So that means that when they buy the property essentially has no more equity in the property. Right? Right? They bought this property for $249,500. That's what it was worth. It was worth $249,000. $250,000 is what it was worth. So they bought it for $500 less than what it was worth. Right? Now, once they bought the property, right, they go out and they get a rent, they get somebody, they put somebody in the property, they rent the property out. They rent it out for $1,795 a month. Right? Then they turn the property into an LLC. Right? The LLC for this property is the property address. Whatever the address is, 3553 Choke Cherry Lane, LLC. That's the LLC for the property. Right? Then they open up a bank account for that LLC, just for that property and that property alone. Now, according to the SEC's Rule 144, that property they can sell shares in that security. So they have turned that property into an active security. Okay? They can sell shares. $100 gets you 10 shares. $300 gets you 30 shares. Each share is worth, 1.25%, whatever the shares are worth. Okay? The shares are usually going to be worth about 1.25%, probably less than 1.25%. Okay? And then they put out there anybody can invest in income-producing property with as little as $100 down. Well, I'm sorry, with as little as $100. Why does that attract so many people? Now, let me let you know something. They then go out after they have bought the property, turned it into a security, got some money in paying rent. Then they put out that we need to fully fund this security, which we are selling shares in this security, right? The security's value, according to the SEC on a property, you can place the value of that security, right, based on the 2 to 5 year future value of the property. So the property right now, when they bought it, was worth $250,000, right? That's what they paid for it. But when they go out to try to get investors to fully fund that, They asked for $297,000, $298,000, basically. Right? That's $50,000 more than what the property is worth. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, they got this property funded. They got this property fully funded. They got that $297,780 from 1,304 different investors. They got that in less than 5 hours. There's not a property on their site that took them longer than 2 days to get them fully funded. So they was able to get the money back that they paid for the property, plus more, in less than 5 hours. For every property on their site, they got them in less than 2 days. Do y'all know how incredible that is? Do y'all have any idea how incredible that is? That means their shareholders are making money hand over fist. In case you're wondering who their shareholders are their principal partners are Jeff Bezos. That's the biggest shareholder. Mark Madoff, investment fund for Time Ventures. Spencer Raskoff, former CEO of Zillow. Dan Karisashi, CEO of Uber. So they got some pretty big investors, pretty big shareholders, right?
To reverse the verdict, the 35.
Somebody's got their TV going. Please mute your mic. Thank you. Please mute your mic if you got your television set going in the background, because that's coming through loud and clear. Appreciate it. Oh, shoot. Hold on, let me figure out who this is. All right. Their shareholders are big money people, but they're the ones who's making money hand over fist, right? Now, us, the people who fund each of these properties, their investor network, which is people like me, who, when they put out the property, say, we need to get this property, we're looking to get this property fully funded, we're upside down for about the first 5 to 7 years. We're in what's called negative equity. Why? Because they bought the property at what the full value was, right? There's no equity in the property. So obviously, when they're doing the rent payments out, we're still in negative equity. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
But after about 5 years, we break even, and then our money starts compounding. So it is a good investment if you can afford to wait 3 to 7 years to even break even with the money you put into it. Right? Because it starts compounding after that. It's going to take about 5 to 7 years to break even, but around that 10th to 12th year, my little $100 could be close to, up around year 15 could be close to $15,000. You see what I'm saying? And I'm able to invest in as many properties as I want to with that little $100 and put $100 in this, $100 that, $100 that, $100 that. You see, I'm creating a portfolio of of revenue coming from income producing properties. Does everybody see what's going on? Okay. Now, but as I said before, their investors, they're making money because their investors put up enough money for them to buy these properties, but they're getting their money back immediately because they're getting them funded for almost $100,000 to $200,000 more than what the property is actually worth. So that means they're getting their money back that it took to buy the property, plus they're making about $100,000 to $150,000 back within sometimes 2-3 days. At most 2 days. And here are all the properties that they have. And this is fully funded, fully funded, fully funded. This one was put up, matter of fact, I looked at this one just the other day. They posted this just the other day. They gave me an opportunity to do this one right here. They bought it for $343,000. This was posted on yesterday, right? They bought it for $343,000 and it got fully funded. It's now fully funded, not even a whole freaking day. $410,970 from 1,200 381 investors. All putting in 100 here, 200 here. Some people put as much as 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever. Okay. They tell you how much money you can invest based on your profile and what your yearly income is. Like here's one that's available, and it would tell me how much money I can invest in. Yeah, let's look at this one. Oh, here's one of their private funds. This is a big property. Big property. You know, this is one of their private funds. You can invest in private funds too. They got 5,308 investors, 21 loans, $7 million. Okay, let's go back. We don't want to look at private fund yet. That's just too much money to deal with right now. But let's look at the single family resident fund. Let's look at let's find one that's not fully funded yet. All right, here's one that's not fully funded. All right, here's one that's not fully funded. Okay, they bought it for $344,000. They're about 50% funded, so they're trying to get $402,000. Right? If I choose to invest in this, if I click on it, it'll tell me how much I can invest in it. Tells me right here, the desired investment amount you can invest based on my profile. They say that I can invest up to $39,970. Okay, that's my max investment. I can't invest more than that. Based on, because the SEC has a set rule that you cannot invest more than, I think it's 3 times or 2 times or somewhere. You can't invest more than your annual or your monthly or your semi-annual income, reported income or something like that. Okay, so according to their projections, my profile, that's what I can invest in this property. I can invest up to that. I can invest as little as $100, right? I can do as little as $100. But if I want to do what I'm maximally allowed to invest, I can invest up to $39,970. Now, if I invest that much money in that one, I can't invest in any other property for a while. So it wouldn't be to my advantage to invest all my total investment allowance into what? One property. Y'all see what I'm saying? I want to spread that out. 500 here, 100 here, 300 here, 200 here on the different properties. See what I'm saying? So now with that being said, they're trying to get $402,000 on a property that's worth $344,000, and they are going to get it. They're halfway there already with 654 investors. And I promise you by this time tomorrow, that one will be fully funded. Okay? Now, what will we do differently? For one thing, we're not getting properties that are what? Brand new property. We're not buying properties that are at the what? The value, right? Most of the properties that we're getting for less than 35% of the value. Why? Because we're telling y'all on the look for property that's what? 70% equity, right? Right?
Right.
So that means off real 70% equity, that means we're able to get a property that is 30%, right? So we're paying off the lien, which is no more than 30%, plus putting another $20,000 in the pocket with another 5%, right? So we get the property for around 35% of the value. So when we get that property, and then we turn around and we buying that property with our own money. We're not spending $249,000 on a property. We're getting a property that's worth, we're getting a property that may be worth, $400,000, $500,000, but we get it for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. Does everybody understand that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first mistake that we're fixing that they did. Okay? And by doing, let me see, high equity. Yeah. And by doing that, when we put a renter in that property and then we seek to get it funded, we're not asking for more than what the property is worth. Why? Because we got it for such a low equity, share. Right? We got it for 35% of the value. Even though the SEC said we can actually ask for up to the 5-year future value of the property. Okay, so we got a property. Take for instance, like in this case, find one that's 70% here. Here's one here, 85%. Like in California, this case, this property is worth $2 million. This property is worth $2,300,000 thereabout. Okay, they owe $268,984. So if we get this property and we give them another $200,000, we pay off this loan and we give them a matching $268,000. That means we're in the property for what? $510,000, which is way less than what the property is valued at, right? Right?
Right.
So we got a property for $500,000, right? But it's worth over $2.3 million. All right. If we were to do something like that, because in California you can do that with these type of numbers, property values, crazy California. All right. So we got the property for let's just say $500,000, right? Let's just say we got it for $500,000. We got the property for $500,000. The property is worth $2.3 million. So when we turn that property into an LLC and we turn around and we put the person back in that property, right now they have an estimated loan payment of $3,300 per month, right? And let's say we drop their payments down to $2,300 a month and we let them stay in the house, they got a payment of $2,300 a month. So we knock $1,000 off their payment. So now they can afford to make the payment versus having it at $3,300, they got a $2,300 a month, right? So now we have a property that we own for $500,000. We paid off the liens and we put another, and we matched them $260,000. We probably wouldn't do that if we're gonna be doing the foreclosure rescue and letting them stay in the home. On something like this in California, we would probably do the pay off the $268 and probably put anywhere between, give them probably $50,000 to maybe $70,000 in their pocket. Because we're not buying them out of the home. We're actually just paying off their liens, giving them some money to pay off some other debts, and then we're letting them stay in the home. We're restructuring their mortgage. You see what I'm saying? We're not buying it and flipping out to an end buyer. Now, we were doing this to an end buyer, and the end buyer was giving us about 60% of that. Then we would probably pay off that and put $150,000 to $200,000 in their pocket. So they're not trying to, in that instance, they're not staying in the home, and we're not using our own money to pay for the property. We're flipping it out to an end buyer, and we're giving the person enough money to go ahead and move on to somewhere else. Does everybody understand that? I know I talk fast. All right. So we got this property. If we're doing the rescue program, we got this property for $500,000. It's worth $2.3 million. Now, unlike a REI, if they did this, they would have bought this property for about the $2.3 million. And then they'd be asking for about $3 million on the funding side from the investor network. You see how theirs different from ours? We got it for $500,000. It's worth $2.3 million. If we were going to ask this for a funding, we would probably ask under the value of it. We could ask 1.5 or up to $2 million to get it funded. So we got it funded for $2 million, right? Which is what? $300,000 less than what it's valued at. So that means the investors who put the money into for the funding, they are still in what? Positive equity. Does everybody understand that? Plus, then they start getting their cut of the rent payments, the $2,300 per month or whatever it is, and they are much closer to positive ROI, break-even point. They'll be at a break-even point in less than a year, about a year and a half, versus 5 to 7 years from what a REI is doing, because their people are in negative equity. Y'all see the main difference there? And our shareholders and the company make serious money. Now, you as a real estate day trader, if you submit a rescue deal like this to us, first of all, your first pay out is you're getting 20 to 25% of the monthly payment, right? You're getting 20 to 25. So if our monthly payment is $2,300 and you're getting 25% of that, you're getting $575 per month. If we set that up on a 25-year mortgage, that's for the entire time that 25-year mortgage or rent to own. Okay. If the person decides that they don't want to stay in it, they just leave it and they take the money and then we rent it out to somebody, we're not going to rent it out for no $2,300. Not that have probably going to rent it out probably closer to that $3,300 or $4,000 per month. So either way, but let's just say they want to stay in the home, they're paying $2,300 a month. You'll be getting $575 per month from that rent payment. Does everybody get that?
Yes.
That's long-term revenue that you can keep. You have for the next 25 years, or for however long we rent it out, lease it out, or whatever it is. Okay. So now you can do that, or when we turn that property into an LLC and attach a bank account to it, and we turn it to an active security, and we go to our investor network, it's worth $2,300,000, right? But we are only going to be asking for funding for about $2 million, about what the equity was in it. That way, our investor network still has positive equity. So we're asking for $2 million on the funding side, which we'll get just like a REI gets theirs. People can invest as little as $100, and they can invest as much as whatever, you know, the SEC says that they can invest based on their profile. Some people are going to be investing 100, some people are going to be investing 1,000, some people are going to be, or whatever the case may be, but they get their shares of that monthly rent. Now, you, as the day trader, you didn't have a choice to make. You can keep your $525, $45 per month, right? You can continue getting that one, or you can cash out once we get it fully funded. We get it fully funded for $2 million, right? Minus the $500,000 we paid for it. So that money has to go back to our shareholders, because their money is what paid for this property. We didn't flip this property out. This money came from our own account, from our shareholders. So that leaves us $1.5 million. So when we are at that point, you can say, okay, I can keep my $545 per month that I'm getting, or I can cash out and take my 25% from this. $375,000. That's a nice option to have, right? As a day trader, right?
Oh yeah.
Does everybody like that plan? Does everybody like
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Because now you can diversify your revenue stream. On your flip out deals, in buyer deals, you're making your money at the end, lump sum at closing. On these deals, you have a choice. You can keep the monthly payment, or you can opt out for the cash out. Some you're going to keep the monthly payment. Some you're going to opt out for the cash out, right? You're building long-term revenue, and you're getting great short-term payouts. Does everybody see that? Does everybody
Yes.
see? Does everybody
Yes.
understand? All right.
Mhm.
That leaves the company $1,125,000 on this one property that we just made from it being funded. Because now the monthly payments are not coming to us; they're going to where? The investor network who funded the property, who bought the security. Everybody get it? Now, that 1.1 million, if we get the number, if we get the investors, the shareholders that we need, they're getting 40% of that because that's their cut. My partner and I, we own 60% of the company, and we have to put money back into the company to run the company to buy more property. But the shareholders get their money from this right here. So minus 40%. So the shareholders get $450,000, okay, on that, from that one property, which was going to leave us with $675,000, right? We're probably going to take about $400,000 of that, $400,000 of that, and go back out and do what? Do more deals. Y'all see how the whole thing works? And we're picking up, and we can pick up properties around the country, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, whatever the case may be. And we're picking up properties around the country, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and flipping them out, whatever the case may be. We're doing some smaller end properties. In California, we're doing bigger end properties, but in other areas, we're doing smaller end properties with that money. Divide that by $50,000. We can pick up 8 more properties. Do the whole thing all over again. This is our plan for growing this company to 47 million in revenue, really about 200 million in revenue in 2 years. But just keep repeating this process. Each time you do it, you're doubling up on the number of properties that you're able to acquire. And we're able to pay out our shareholders. They get good ROI. Unlike REI, only the shareholders, Jeff Bezos and all those billionaires, they're the only ones who are making real money right now with REI. Because everybody else is still in negative what? Negative ROIs until they break even. Does everybody see that? Simply because they are buying properties at the max value of what they're valued at. We're buying properties 35% of the value, which puts not only our shareholders in a great position, but it puts our investor network in a great position on their ROIs too. Arrive has a great platform, but as you can see, they have some deficiencies in their business model that we have corrected. Does everybody see that? And you all just learned something here today. You can turn real property into a what's called. Now, now I'm not drop a real nugget on it. This is a real nugget. You know you can do this with your personal home. Did y'all realize that? Is anybody here a real estate agent? Or who have done real estate?
This is one
Not
reason I
as
think we can't do it, Calvin.
Yeah, you can do this with your personal home as long as you have the equity. Okay, and you have to check with your. Now, if you have a mortgage on your home, you can do it if you have to have a forensic audit done of your mortgage paperwork to see if there's any language in there that prevents you from doing this. Most mortgage companies do not include language that prevents you from turning your property into an LLC and attaching a bank account to it and then selling shares in your property. If that's the case, let's say you got a property that is worth $500,000 and you owe $200,000 a month, right? You can turn it into an LLC. The property is worth $500,000, right?
right.
All right. You can do the estimated value of your property in 5 years. If your property is occurring value at 3.9% each year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's low, by the way. That's $19,500. So year one, your property is worth that much. Okay, plus 3.9%. Year two, your property is worth that much. Plus 3.9%. Year three, your property is worth that much. Plus 3.9%. Year four, your property is worth that much. Okay, 582,000 plus last year 3.9%. Your property is worth that much. So $605,000, right? Property worth $605,000. All right. Once you turn your property into a active security by attaching a bank account to it and turning it into an LLC, you can sell shares in your security. Now, let's say now you only own $200,000 on the property, right? Right. Let's say your payments is $2,400 per month, right? Payments $2,400 a month. You owe $200,000 on it. You turn it into an active security. You seek to get it funded for the $600,000. So the SEC says that you can do that. You seek to get it funded for the $600,000, right? The 5-year future value of it. You get that $600,000. Now, what do you do with it? You pay off your mortgage, right? Right?
Right.
You got $400,000. You continue making, you can either one thing, you can continue making that $2,400 a month, because that's the money that's going to who? Your shareholders, but you got $400,000 cash in your pocket, right?
Right.
Or you can move out of that house, lease it out to somebody for $2,400, $3,000. Your shareholders get that money. You got your $400,000. You can go move somewhere else and get you another property.
And do the same thing.
And do the same thing. Now, did I just drop a nugget on you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I told y'all with this platform, we're going to be spilling some beans in this platform that you ain't going to find nowhere else. Did any of y'all have any idea that this was possible?
Didn't know that.
If you are a homeowner, did I just not give you something that's worth more than gold?
That's more than gold, and all you have to do is apply it to yourself, your situation.
Exactly. And you all got that for just 66 cents a day.
Mm-hmm.
$19.99 a month. Okay. We're going to be sharing stuff in training that we don't do on the regular, weekly broadcast, that you're not going, that nobody else is going to tell you this. I mean, what I know about this industry, I'm telling you, you all are going to learn a lot. You all are going to learn an awful lot. All right. Any questions? So from that, I think that's enough to do it for tonight. How are you keeping records of shares and such? Would you be interested in finding out how you can? Well, we're actually going to have an investment firm that's we have to hire an investment firm to do that. We can't do this on an automated type thing because we have to file our filings with the SEC. We have to be open for, in order, our books have to be ready at any and all times for an audit by the SEC. Okay. This is not something we can put on one of those little automated things, little automated assistant thing. No, you can't do that. According to the SEC, when you're doing this type of stuff, and we're doing it, especially with more than one property, we have to have an actual, securities firm doing this stuff for us. Okay. That's why we need to raise that $600,000 to $1.2 to $1.5 million, because we got to hire a securities firm. We're gonna have to hire a property management firm, a national property management firm, to manage all the properties. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we can easily scale this to 100 million, $200 million a year, but we're gonna have to spend some money. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This side of it, what me and my partner is doing, this takes money. We gotta have our own capital to make this stuff happen. This is why we are looking for the principal shareholders. Trust me, if we could do this all ourselves and not have to split this with anybody, yeah, that'd be great. But that's not possible. That's just not realistic. We're gonna need people with money to come in to be able to advance to this stage of it. And we'll get it. It's just a matter of us putting together the right package. Because when we show people how this breaks down in numbers, and there's already a working, successful model, is there not, right here with the REI, right? This is a working, successful model. It's just that we fix some of the deficiencies in their model. So that's going to make our business model that much more attractive to investors. Does everybody understand that?
Sir.
Okay. I mean, I would love if the SEC would go for it, just do like a little automated thing. We pay a little monthly fee for the automated. That's fine, but SEC ain't gonna never go for that. Now everybody knows who the SEC is, right?
Yeah, Securities Exchange.
That's something about the shareholders.
Yeah, they're like the FBI. They're like the FBI of the financial world.
Calvin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying it's the Securities Exchange Commission. That's what
Exactly.
it stands for.
Exactly. And you don't want you look. When you're dealing with them, you don't want to be cutting corners, do you not? Y'all know how serious that 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 agency is?
No.
You don't want to cut corners with them.
I
Trust
think
me.
there is a way to do it. We're cutting out a lot of people, Calvin. And you kind of mentioned it, going to one of those brokers who has the
Yeah,
ability to trade securities.
exactly. You go to a brokerage
If you
firm, you
have
hire them,
yeah,
and
if
you
you
let
have total
them,
equity in the house,
yeah,
right, they'll trade it for.
exactly.
Mhm.
You let them manage the security side of it. Because they have to, because we have to do quarterly filings and all that type of stuff. And I'm not going to trust that to an automated, bookkeeping system. I'm just not. Okay. I'd rather have a brokerage firm do it, because if they make a mistake, then they're held liable, not us. You understand? We use some automated system, and then if something happens, we're held liable. That's why you hire a brokerage firm to do that stuff for you. So we'll be looking at bringing on like a national brokerage firm and let them handle and setting up. They'll be setting up each of the LLCs for each property, setting up the security, the bank account, all that type of stuff. They'll be managing that side of it. And for them managing that side of it, they get a piece of the pie. Everybody see how that works? Same thing with the property management firm. So no, we're not going to be able to keep all of that, though. 100, 200 million a year. we're gonna spend a lot of money, but we're still gonna make a lot of money. Our shareholders are gonna make money. Our investor networks are gonna make money. You all, as the day traders, are gonna make money, and the company will make money. But the people who are associated with the company, the support entities, okay, the brokerage firm, the management firm, places like that, they're gonna make money too. Okay, everybody got it.
We're getting it. Well, I'm getting it a little bit.
I know I'm dumping a lot on y'all, and there's some people out there say, Kevin, you share too doggone much. But hey, it is, I am what I am. I'm a numbers kind of guy. I know numbers, and that's what excites me. And I just know what I know. Okay. And anybody that's ever dealt with me within the platform that I've created, I don't hold nothing back. Y'all already know that. I don't filter stuff.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because most people that are out here with these platforms, they hold everything back from you.
Yeah, they want to keep it to themselves. Look, if I know it, you gonna know it. Now, the reason why I don't fear that, because 99% of the people don't have what it takes to implement it. You understand what I'm saying? At this level, at the scale that we're attempting to implement it on. Because this takes work. This takes me staying up, 3-4 nights a week, all nighters. Okay? I mean, that's what it takes. And most people are not going to put that type, not going to commit, to that level.
All right.
But I don't mind sharing with you all. I don't mind telling you all where we're headed, so you all have a clear understanding of what this is and where it's headed and how it's going to benefit you. Okay? So
all right,
that's where we are. So when I ask you all to start creating your own YouTube channels, your own Facebook pages and stuff, this and that, look, this is going to benefit you. Because we do need this to go viral. I need everybody to really understand that and really start, sharing and creating content, with the same names and everything. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you, well, you can't use Flipstream. I'm not going to do that. in this age of social media sharing and meta revenue, come on. I'd be a fool to tell you not to use the name Flipstream, right?
Right.
I'd be a fool to tell you can't copy and paste my stuff on your YouTube channel. Of course you can. So that's the way everybody makes money now.
And we need to all make different streams of income.
Exactly. Exactly. We are providing you all with the mainstream, but we are giving you all a vehicle to create multiple streams. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Look, I appreciate all of you all for joining in tonight. This was, we had almost had a full house tonight. So I really appreciate it. I thank you all, as always. Don't forget, this Sunday, every Sunday, we're here for our Flipstream Live, our podcast every Sunday at 10:15 a.m. That's on our other platform. We're only allowed to bring on 6 in-platform guests on that platform. So if you can't get into it because we're full, you can always join us live on Facebook. It's always broadcast live on Facebook and broadcast live on YouTube. So you can always join in that way too. Okay, on our podcast. Look, everybody, thank you all. For those of you out there in social media land, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook at some point in time, if you want to join Flipstream, you want to learn how to do this stuff, if you want to make money flipping property without using any of your own money or your own credit, just simply go to flip-stream.com. Go to flip-stream.com. You can click on any of the free trial offer buttons here. Right over, and you can sign up for the free trial, or you can sign up for the limited lifetime memberships. Okay. The free trial is only good for the $19.99 per month. The early access membership is only good for the first 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit them 1,000 subscribers, it would be $79 per month. No ifs and buts and no exceptions. 100 lifetime memberships, just what I said, we have 100 of those available. Once we run out of those, that is done. Okay. So right now, you can get in for a little 66 cents a day. So feel free to come on over, join us on Flipstream, flip-stream.com. Also go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to support us that way, and just go to Flip-Stream Live on YouTube and go ahead and subscribe. Look, everybody, I appreciate you all again. Thank you all. And y'all have a great rest of your week. All right. Bye, everybody.
All right.